Hey everybody, and welcome to my in5 series where I cover a topic in about 5 minutes. The sound technician asks, have I done any key group videos? I may have, I don't remember, but yeah, let's just show you how to do a key group and what I would suggest doing it to make it work. So the first important part is we need to create a track. I'm just going to go to track 18 because I haven't done anything with it. I like to kind of use the first 16 for as I'm building up a song, how I'm going to do it. I usually go 17 and beyond is just noodling around notes or other things that I can come back to as necessary. But we need to go to the MIDI track. And in this case, I'm going to use the OP1 here. And I just need to go to OP1 MIDI port. And I need to set this to 9 is the MIDI channel that my OP1 is set up to. And now I am sending MIDI notes over. Now, the couple things to keep in mind is whatever you do for your key group, it's going to take the name of whatever the program is that you've got set up. So I'm just going to call this, we'll just call it OP1 strings, and we'll do it. And then the next part is we go to the sampler. So I'm just going to double tap mix. And there's this little keyboard with a plus sign on it. If you hit that, it's going to tell you the program name is OP1 strings, track 18. It's going to get inputs on 1 and 2. If you're at the MPC X or if you have a external USB device, this may be different, but I've only got 2 inputs on the MPC Live. You can adjust what note you want to start and end on, how much that is basically where it's starting and ending. So start and end for notes on your keyboard here. The stride is like how many notes it's going to skip in between. I personally like to set this at 2 or 3 just because it will get you it won't use up a ton of memory. I mean, it can use up a lot if you record very long pads and other notes, but you're kind of balancing memory versus how accurate a recreation it is. So I'm just going to do 3 in this case. Maybe we'll go down to C1. Maybe I want a lower note and I want to go for a longer range. But when it records it, it's going to use those samples across the entire keyboard in the key group. So you can actually go quite high and quite low. I only want one layer. The velocity layers here can be quite important if you have either, like maybe it sounds differently when it plays a note softer versus harder. So you might actually want to record multiple layers. I also have like a device like the Triton Studio that if you record it at full velocity, it actually plays one sample. And if you record a note at if you play a note at half velocity, it plays actually a different sample, or we'll do it in reverse and things on like some of the drum kits. So it can be important to know if it makes sense to do multiple layers. And then really we're just saying, how long is the note played for, held, and how long is the tail? The tail's just to give it enough time for like reverb or delay to fade out, and how long is like how long it's holding the note. So sounds like 3 seconds, gets us plenty. It's gonna ring out. 2 more thoughts before I actually do this. Personally, I usually try and disable like reverb effects because when you start stretching and time stretching reverb and delay, it's going to sound strange, which can be a effect that you want. On the other hand, if you want it to sound more natural, you're usually better off using whatever that effect is in the box. Because if you have like a delay in your time stretching it, all of a sudden you're getting different rhythmic values that you're much better having if you want it to stay in sync on your device, like the MPC here. Then you're going to want to turn those things off. In this case, I'm just going to leave it on. I'm not too worried about it. 3 seconds seems a little extreme, but it's fine. And a 1 second tail sounded fine. This here where it says OP1 strings dash auto sampled, this is your kind of permanent, it will be the name of what the program is after you create it. Personally, I do not like the looping settings. It would be a way to extend a recording of each sample to make it be able to be sustained longer. I find almost every time it doesn't help, and you're better off just editing that by hand. Auto trim to start sounds fine. On completion, make current program. Not going to do that. And it's telling us for info, it's going to take 48 seconds to record everything. So I'm just going to hit do it. And assuming that this works correctly, I mean, we can hear it making the sounds. So it's just playing them, and it's also recording them, and it will do all the chopping and everything for us. So this auto sampler, in my mind, is really good because it allows you to, you can take your MPC anywhere and record stuff. If you could like happen to have a local audio synth museum or something, you can record a lot of stuff. Sometimes they'll let you into like a guitar center or something where you can go record and get sounds, or just go to a friend's place if they've got some stuff. You can do it, and then if you even just have a bunch of hardware at home and you just want to carry your MPC with you and not have to bring all those things with you, auto sampler can save the day. It won't give you a perfect recreation, but if you're going to be working in MIDI, you can absolutely get a awful lot of work done. Looks like we're almost done here. So we've now got this. I'm going to go to track 19 just to play with it. And now we go to the key group here, and it says OP1 strings auto sampled. You can hear it doesn't have that reverb anymore. So that has the reverb. I mean, the reverb's, I guess, there, but because of the way the program's set up, as soon as I let go, it's much more plucky. It's fine. But, if you want to go edit this, we can at least get it similar sounding. So if I hold menu down and go to program, we can go to envelope. We can, sorry, I got to go do this for all of them. We want to go key group all. So if I go all, we can adjust the release. I don't want it to be on turn 27 because it's going to play out the whole sample, but let's do something like 50. Maybe a little bit, maybe we need more. You can at least hear it's not immediately stopping. So I know this is just a crash course on auto sampling and kind of working in the key group, but yeah, definitely just I would say keep trying it out. You'll get a sense for it, and put it in wherever you want on a different track, and you'll be able to play those notes and use instruments that you normally wouldn't. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun, and remember, if it sounds good, it is good, and peace.